What's up, YouTube? Roadrunner95 here, bringing you a deck profile for Constellars. This is my friend Tristan. Check out his channel. He's WBxcountry. He's in my subscriptions. Check him out. So let's get this deck list.
Alright, 3 cows. He's like essential to the deck. Up to twice per turn, you can up a Constellar monster, either up by 1 its level or decrease it by 1. And it basically just helps you get into like whatever XYZ you need. He can pretty much get you into it. Pollux, when you summon, he allows you to get an extra normal summon for 1 Constellar monster. He can't be Veilered because it's a condition, not an effect, so it's really good. Here's a really good card late game, Sombre. What it basically does is you remove from play 1 from the graveyard to add, or when you remove from play 1 Constellar monster from the graveyard to add 1 to your hand, and then you get an extra normal summon to normal summon an extra Constellar. He's just great late game. He can be kind of dead if you get him your first hand, but you have to run it at 3 or else it's not consistent enough. Algaty, like, a lot of times you won't get Pollux or something. You just need it for consistency for first turn Platus, because Platus is key for controlling your opponent during a duel. A lot of people say you don't run this because it gets Veilered, but a lot of times most people don't have Veilers in hand. If they Veiler it, so what? I mean, you run enough back row, it should protect it, because Constellar has a lot of support. And then Chaos you can get out pretty easily because you have 3 10 keys and you have 3 Chaoses, so it's like you get 6 cards a chance to get a Chaos. And then with Algaty, it's you have 3 monsters that you get an extra normal summon or extra summon. You get Algaty, 3 Pollux, so it's 6 to 6, and you also run Rhoda, so it's like 7 to 6. So it makes it pretty consistent. Then 3 Sheraton. He's basically the Stratos of the deck. When you summon him, you can add 1 Constellar monster from your deck to your hand. The only thing is, he's kind of weak, and you have to normal summon him to get his effect. But he's got, like, if you need protection sometimes, he's got 1900 defense, which can be pretty good. And then also, he's good Veiler bait, because some people will be like, I don't want him to get an extra +1 or something to your hand, so they'll Veiler it, and it won't matter because you run Honest, or you have plenty of back row to protect it. 1 Bear, it's just great for popping stuff. I wouldn't run more than 1 because otherwise it just doesn't allow you to get out very many Constellar XYZs. It's just really great to, when you have 10 keys or 10 sues on the field, to just blow them up, to blow up your opponent's monster, and then you can set 1 that you need. So it's really great at 1.
You side 1 though, right?
Yeah, side 1. 1 Honest, it's all lights. Great for it gets over everything, and like if they whip out a big monster, you pretty much just get over it, and they pretty much just waste all that work to get out a big monster. 1 Effect Veiler is it's Effect Veiler. It's great for stopping monsters' effects. 3 10 keys. It allows you to search for Chaos, which is like the main card of this deck, so you need to run 3. 1 Tensu. This is like a personal choice. Like, some people will play Photon Lead to get the extra special summon, but I really like this. Say you have a Tensu and a Sheraton. You play Sheraton, get Chaos to hand, play Tensu. You get to normal summon extra Beast Warrior, you get out Chaos, and you up their level and get a rank 4 XYZ or a rank 3 Zen Mage or something. It's just really good, and like more than 1, it can be really dead. So I would only run it at 1, and then you can usually get it to set it to your field with Bear, because you'll blow up something, then do damage to your opponent. So you get to set 1 Fire Formation. Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, and Dark Hole, the Trinity. 3 Lances. What's great about Lance is it protects all your monsters, so you will get a Platus, you'll be able to get his effect off, get everything, get all your monsters on the field, and then also if your opponent attacks with something, you can always Forbidden Lance, their monster, it loses 800 attack, so your monster's stronger and it gets over it, so they pretty much waste their monster. 2 MSTs for back row, 1 Rhoda, search for Pollux. That's it for the spells. Now traps. 2 Fiendish Chains negates their effect, the attack, and then also I love doing with Fiendish Chain is if they XYZ their monster, it stays on the field, so I can use Playda's effect to get it back to my hand. That's the other thing with Playda's effect, I can also get Tanky back to hand. 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Solemn Judgment. This is a personal preference over Effect Veiler. I like to run 1 Effect Veiler, 1 Breakthrough Skill, so that I can use it, it's basically 2 Effect Veilers. You can use it during your turn or their turn, and then you can banish it from the graveyard to use it during your turn. 2 Bottomlesses, a Mirror Force. This is okay. It's a little slow because it needs a trigger for it to go off, so I'm thinking about replacing it for Compulse, because I can chain it to things, but it's also still a great card. And then you XYZ so much with this deck. XYZ Reborn is amazing with this deck.
Alright, and then the extra deck?
1 Gaia Dragon. It's for defensive monsters. It's also great with you'll go into Volcasaurus, blow something up of your opponents, they take the damage, overlay with Gaia Dragon, and attack them directly. So it just does a buttload of damage. And then so Gaia Dragon, Shark Fortress, you get to attack twice, it's great for OTKs. Tyrus, blow something up and it can't be destroyed by card effects. Paladynamo, it gets over everything, negates their effect, and then what's amazing is once it leaves the field or it goes to the graveyard, you get a +1. You get to draw a card. It's just really good for maintaining hand control. Volcasaurus, blow something up, your opponent takes damage for it. Mystroke, it's for if you bear, or you get bear out or something and you don't have, because this is all light XYZs and they require either Constellars or light, and bear's a fire. So you just need one that doesn't have specific requirements. And plus it's a good stall because you can remove one, or it's a Book of Moon. You can put something face down in your opponent's field. 1 Hiatus. Some people don't play it, but I actually really like its effect to get over stuff. And then also it, if you have 2 Sheratons, you need it, because otherwise you can't XYZ. 2 Omegas. You remove 1. Constellar monster unaffected by spell trap cards this turn. So it pretty much is like Infestation Pandemic, so it's protected. Protects all Constellar monsters, and it's just really good. And it since it's a Beast Warrior, Tenki boosts it up by 100. Percibe, remove 1, ups his attack by 1,000. Or a Constellar monster's attack by 1,000. Gets over everything. This is the key to this deck. This is like the most broken 5-star XYZ I've ever seen. You once per turn, during either player's turn, you attach 1 XYZ from this card, target 1 card on the field, return that target to hand. What's great about this is you can use this effect on Fiendish Chain. Like, you add it to the hand, so you get to reuse your Fiendish Chain, reuse your Tinkies. That's what's important about this deck, is you run out of cards so quickly in your hand that any chance you get, you need to maintain hand control. And then also, say they bottomless this, you can chain the effect to another card on the field. It'll still be destroyed, but you can chain his effect to things. It's basically the same speed as a quick play spell. And then 2 Ptolemy M7s. It's great for recycling stuff, and then if you run out of materials on Playda's, it's got 2,700 attack. Also, you can overlay it over a Hiatus. Like, right after you summon Hiatus, you pretty much get a 2,700 attack beater so easily, and then you can use stuff in your graveyard or special summon from the field. But for this deck, you definitely need to maintain hand advantage anytime you can. So a lot of times, instead of bumping something on the field, I'll get something from the grave, or I'll use Playda's to get a Tenki back. And that's the deck profile.